Interesting platypus facts. The platypus is one of the most interesting inhabitants of the Australian continent. For the first time, when scientists saw the skin of a platypus, they did not believe it and thought that some taxidermist was playing a trick on them by sewing a beak to the skin of a beaver. Then the English botanist and zoologist George Shaw managed to prove that the skin really belongs to an animal unknown to science at that time. More than 200 years have passed since the meeting of Europeans with the first platypus. But until now, scientists continue to amaze us with new discoveries and facts about platypuses. They sometimes hold many small stones behind their cheeks. The pebbles help them chew their food. Most aquatic animals swim using their hind limbs, but not platypuses. They row with the front, and they steer with the back. Like beavers, they store fat in their tails. Platypuses are strictly nocturnal, and sleep during the day. Their eyesight is weak, and they do not see anything with water, they do not hear or smell anything. They hunt using a unique natural mechanism. Platypuses feel the smallest discharges of electricity created by the tension of the muscles of their potential prey. They are guided by them. Being mammals, platypuses, however, lay eggs. And quite small, less than 1 centimeter in diameter. Where they live, there is no cold weather, but still once a year they hibernate for about 7 to 8 days. Platypuses spend more than half of their lives in water. Most mammals on Earth have 2 sex chromosomes. Platypuses have as many as 10 of them. Juveniles have 8 teeth in their mouths, but these teeth are short-lived. When they wear out, keratinized plates begin to perform their function. An adult individual has a body length of up to 30 to 35 centimeters on average, and weighs no more than 2 kilograms. The beak of the platypus is actually 2 U-shaped bones covered with leather. For 27 years, the world's scientific community could not decide who the platypuses are, mammals, reptiles or birds. As a result, they were still classified as mammals. Platypuses do not have nipples. The milk secreted by the females during lactation flows down the wall, where the cubs lick it off. At first, these animals were considered related to moles. As later studies have shown, this was not true. And the closest biological relatives of platypuses are echidnas. Female platypuses are about 30, inferior to males in size and weight. After the discovery of Australia, scientists in Europe did not believe in the existence of platypuses, and the skins and stuffed animals delivered to them were taken as fake. No one just could not believe that such strange creatures were found in the world. The metabolic process in these animals is slower than in any other terrestrial mammals. The normal body temperature of a platypus is only 32 degrees Celsius. Platypuses are poisonous, but only males. Each male platypus has spurs on its hind legs that are connected to a gland on the thigh. During the mating season, the iron produces a very strong poison that easily kills a medium-sized animal, such as a dingo dog. Although platypus venom is not fatal for humans. In male platypuses, the testes are located inside the body near the kidneys. Platypus lives only in fresh water, never swimming in salt water. The beak of the platypus is soft, not hard like that of birds, covered with skin. The paws of the platypus are designed for both swimming and digging. Platypuses live on average about 10 years. The platypus is featured on the Australian 20-cent coin. Although the range of the platypus covers only one small area of the world, it is able to withstand many extreme climatic conditions, from hot plateaus and rainforests to the cold mountainous regions of Tasmania and the Australian Alps. Its thick fur provides excellent insulation both in the water and outdoors. Although platypuses tread somewhat awkwardly on land, they are like smooth, high-speed rockets in the water. Their large webbed feet help them swim quickly through the water, and their plump paddle-like tail serves as a stabilizer while swimming. Platypuses can make repetitive short dives of 30 to 60 seconds, although they can stay submerged for up to 2 minutes. The time and depth of the dive depend on the amount of air in the lungs. Usually platypuses dive to a depth of less than 5 meters, although sometimes they dive to great depths up to about 8 meters. After immersion, the animals rise to the surface to restore breathing, and after 10 to 20 seconds they again plunge into the water. Shellfish have no chance to escape from the platypus. The bizarre-looking bill of the platypus has up to 40,000 receptors that respond to stimuli such as touch, pressure, sound waves and movement. They help the animal navigate the dark underwater depths and detect even the slightest electrical impulses generated by the movements of mollusks or insects. By moving its head back and forth, the platypus finds prey, determines the distance to it, and rapidly approaches the prey. Underwater forays allow it to feed on insect larvae, worms, freshwater shrimp and Australian yabby crayfish. The animal puts the prey in the cheek pouches and swims out to land to feast on the food it has caught. Every day, the platypus spends about 12 hours searching for food. Platypus hunt at night. The platypus is usually active at night, and at dusk. It comes out of its burrow in the late afternoon to get food. By early morning, he is ready to enter the hole again. One scientist found that platypuses in the state of Victoria in southeast Australia spend between 11 and 17 hours in their burrow. Platypuses are excellent diggers. The claws make it easier for the platypus to dig holes. Males and females dig simple shelters along rivers and streams outside of the breeding season. They can also settle under rock ledges, roots, and debris. These resting burrows are used by males and non-breeding females. Pregnant females dig a more complex and deep hole with several rooms and entrances for nesting. Such a burrow is called a nursery burrow. When the female leaves her cubs alone, she closes the hole with a soft layer of earth and garbage. Plugs are needed for protection from predators, rising water, or temperature/humidity control in the burrow. The platypus is a monotreme animal. While the vast majority of mammals are viviparous, platypuses, along with echidnas, lay eggs, incubate them, and feed their young with milk. Females lay 1 to 3 eggs. As a rule, eggs are about 1.7 centimeters in diameter. They are more rounded than bird eggs. The shell is soft and supple. The female covers the nesting chamber with wet leaves, vegetation and branches, which she brings into the hole sandwiched between her hind legs and tail. Securely locked inside, the female holds the eggs between her rump and tail to keep them warm. The female leaves the hole only for defecation and moisturizing the coat. Platypuses are monogamous animals. The female usually mates with one male. After she has decided on a partner, aquatic courtship begins. The couple dives and swims past each other, and then grabs their paws and rolls together. Pregnancy lasts approximately 21 days, and incubation lasts 10 days. The young hatch hairless and are about the size of a bean. They suckle at the breast for the next 3 to 4 months. The mother does not have nipples, but there are special areas of skin on the abdomen from which milk is secreted. By the time the young are weaned and leave the nest, they are covered in fur and can swim on their own. For the platypus, leaving the hole is a high risk to life even at night. When drought occurs or waterways change, platypuses are forced to travel overland, making them more vulnerable to predators. They may be preyed upon by aerial predators, such as hawks, eagles and owls. They are threatened by Tasmanian devils, dingoes, lizards, snakes, foxes and water rats. A small population of platypuses in the northern part of Australia is associated with frequent attacks by crocodiles. The word platypus comes from the Greek word meaning flat feet. On land, the platypus has a reptilian gait because its legs are on the sides of its body. White spots on the fur under the eyes give the impression that the eyes of the platypus are open underwater, but this is not the case. Scent glands on both sides of the male's neck produce a musky scent during the breeding season. Females have 2 ovaries, but only the left one functions. This is true of many bird species and some reptiles. The life expectancy of platypuses is up to 14 years in the wild and up to 21 years in zoos.